Welcome to the postseason after the game highlights and pregame show with Coach Keith Etheredge. This postseason show is brought to you by the Friends to Re-elect Owen Drake. Owen Drake would like to express his thanks for all those that contributed in many ways to his campaign, from those that put out signs, spoke with people, poll watchers, and many more. Owen Drake is grateful to the citizens of Leeds and District 45 and pledges to serve you over the next 4 years. Once again, Owen Drake wishes to thank all those who contributed to his campaign. This week, we have former All-State football player from years gone by, Johnny Kile, as our guest host. Now, let's get to the show with Johnny Kile and Coach Keith Etheredge.
Coach, last Friday night, the Green Wave handled the Greensboro Raiders 42-0 in the first round of the 3A playoffs. Do you think that winning that large either hinders or does it help your team for the next game?
I think it helps. I think that it gives our younger kids a chance to play. It gives we can take our older kids off the field for a little while, let them get some rest, keep us from getting any injuries. We've got some guys who are banged up from the Kent ball game, so they got a chance to rest. We didn't play. 2 of our starters sat out, didn't play. So it was good because we got to start some young guys, and they did a great job too.
That's good. All right, this week you got Clay County again, and as we all know, Clay County has a long tradition of being in the playoffs. I remember back 20 years ago, they were still strong as they are now. Y'all squeaked out a 3-0 overtime win. What is it going to take to get the offense to score more points, and how are you going to try to go about that?
Well, we just gotta play smart, play within ourselves. We got to be able to throw the ball a little bit like we did last week. And I think that's going to help open up the run. Like you said, they're traditional powerhouse. They played in the state championship last year. They played in the state championship 2 years ago. I think 2 or 3 years ago. They've won. I think 8 or 10 state championships. So they know how to win, and they expect to win when they get to the playoffs, and that's the thing that we've learned to do too. I mean, we expect to win when we get to the playoffs too. So it's going to be a dogfight Friday night. We've got to play our brand of football, not turn the ball over, control the clock, and there's a lot of similarities between us and them, and they're a physical football team, so we're going to have to be able to handle physicality.
Okay. Third round, if you get past this game to the third round, will you be playing at Homer-style Stadium or some other stadium in the state of Alabama? And who will you be playing? Who would you be?
Of course, you don't like to look ahead, but you always do when you get to the playoffs for matchup reasons. If we were to win Friday night, we would play either Bayside Academy or Washington County, and we would be on the road. So we've got a long trip. I mean, you're looking at a 4.5-hour trip probably if we win Friday night. We'll have to go down to the Mobile area and play our third round game. So, we just need everybody to come out and support this week, and then we'll worry about next week, when Sunday rolls around, and but it's going to be on the road regardless.
Have you thought about staying down there the night before and then coming back?
We have. We've thought about going down and staying the night before, or either after the game, staying the night, and come back the next day. It's just according, me and the coaches will sit down Sunday. We like to make all the decisions as a group, everybody in on it. There's no telling what's going on. Saturday morning, of course, I've got to be at the meeting in Montgomery. So, it's a deal where, a lot of things play into that, whether we're going to stay, whether we're going to come the night before and stay. There's a lot of things that go into that. Matter of fact, I've already talked to, South Alabama's coach has offered their practice facility if we want to come Thursday and use that, But right now our focus is on Clay County because you cannot look past a team like Clay County.
Okay, to get to that point, you mentioned that on Saturday morning you have to report to Montgomery to Alabama High School Athletic Association meeting. in those meetings, I've always wondered what goes on in those.
Well, they just go over the seedings and they go over where you're playing, what time you're playing. Now, obviously, every Friday night you're going to play at 7 o'clock, but they go over where the game's going to be. Coach Savarese usually stresses, sportsmanship and things like that, and he's a good ambassador for the sport. As you know, you played with him, I think, in high school some, or he may have been a little bit before you. So he's a good guy, and he loves Leeds. As a matter of fact, we just gave him a Leeds hat. So, but he's, he just sort of tries to stress the sportsmanship part of it, and tries to keep it, clean between the playoff teams, and make it. He tries to make everybody understand it's all about the kids, And they talk about, championship week, all that stuff that leads up into it, and there's a lot of things that go into those meetings that they have to get ready, So it's just matchups and things like that, and you also get to meet with other coaches to swap films and things like that.
Okay.
Johnny, you've seen Clay County this year. What's your opinion? What do you think we got to do to win?
Well, I looked at the first game and watched y'all play them a couple of years ago. They're strong. I mean, they are strong 3A team, and just like Leeds is. I think probably, and yourself in the first game, you had a punter that punted the ball well that night, kept him backed up a lot on a rainy night, and I thought he did a tremendous job doing that. And a place kicker that walked in there with more pressure on him than probably a 16-year-old ever had in his life. He kicked the field goal. I think the kicking game is going to be very important. And your offensive line has come on in the last 3 to 4 weeks. They got to maintain their blocks. And if we can win those things, I don't think that they can beat us. I think that our defense is strong enough. If we're playing on target, then I don't think that they're going to score many points. I mean, I've seen a lot of Leeds defenses through the years, and to me, this is the best defense. It's quicker. You had the big boys a couple of years ago. They weren't as near as quick, but they was physical. Right. And I think it's just going to get down to just an old neighborhood fight.
I agree.
Really. And it's going to be tough. You got to stay injury free.
Right.
And I think if you do that, you'll come out of there, and we'll be going South Alabama.
I hope you're right, Johnny. I appreciate that.
I will.
We'd just like to invite everybody out to the game Friday night. It's going to be a huge game for us, and second round of the playoffs. Like I said, we're used to playing in the playoffs, and we want a huge crowd out there because they're going to bring a big crowd, and we want to sort of overshadow them. I want to also invite the veterans out. I know this week's Veterans Day, and being the son of a Vietnam veteran, that I'd love to see all the veterans out there, and just say Happy Veterans Day, and we thank you for everything you do.
Roll Green Wave.